Hi guys, we're back already with another video. Here I'm showing how grown out my nails are and that my middle finger on my right hand split in half in the natural nail because I did not remove these nails in time or fill them or anything. So where the cuticle initially was grew out all the way to the middle of the nail and then split my nail in half instead of lifting. So the retention's super good, but you don't want an accident like that. So I'm just showing you guys, please fill your nails or remove them before the 6 or 7 week mark, unlike what I did. But yeah, this whole video is going to be on Patreon, so I'm talking about it there. But right now, I am going to do a fall-inspired set from TikTok. It didn't look the exact same with the colors. I kind of put my own spin on it, and I also did not have leaf loose glitter. So I did a marble nail instead, which is what I'm setting up now. I'm doing some neutral colors like a coppery red, that like beige and a nude. And I'm gonna freehand that glitter on top afterward. So now I'm just doing some blooming gel. And I wanna keep it mostly clear. I didn't do too great of a job, but I am gonna do this set on myself whenever I have the time. I'm not gonna film it though, but on myself, I'm gonna keep more of that clear space in there instead of just filling the whole thing with marble. But it still looks nice with the whole thing marble. But I do like the color combination, like the orangey red, the nude, and then afterward when I put that glitter there. So now I'm going in with the acrylic. I'm gonna do ombre on that nail. And as you can see, the bead is perfect now. This is still Nail Prof Cover Acrylics. I'm using Buttercream, I think the name is. Something like that, something with butter. The natural nude was a bit too light for my liking, so I went to the next darkest shade. The darkest one that I have after that is called Teddy, so I went between the two, and this is such a beautiful shade. I put way too big of a bead. I went ham and just got a huge bead. I was just trying to do an ombre on the top, just a cuticle bead, and I got too excited and just grabbed a huge bead, so I'm just wiping that off. But it's a little thick at the cuticle because I just put way too much, but just wiping that off, cleaning that up a little bit. The ring finger and thumb are also just going to be solid nude, so that's easy enough. My brush, as you can see, is still recovering from before, but it's definitely working. There is no oil in it. There's no acrylic in it. It's just really ugly from the last time, but I have been nourishing her since this, and I will take care of her. I will never let that happen again. And the acrylics are applying like butter, like how they're supposed to. And they're very, very smooth. They're creamy, just beautiful acrylics. I love them, especially when I apply the thumb. Again, I'm doing it pretty thin because it's a practice hand, but the thumb, I don't even have to file that later on. Like that went on so smooth and beautiful. But yeah, I love these acrylics. I cannot wait to do this set on myself, and I think this specific color will be my shade. Like you can see next to my finger there, I think it like looks perfect for me actually. So this is just the regular thumb application with a nude cover, so nothing special going on. So now I have a chance to talk about what happened to my first swatch of these cover acrylics that I put on Patreon. It just completely disappeared. It was 30 minutes long, and I think I mentioned in my last video here on YouTube that I was watching the Kardashians in the background. Disney fucking copyrighted that, and not only did they just copyright it, They had it completely removed from YouTube, even though it was unlisted. Nobody without the link could ever see that video, and it's only linked on Patreon. That's the only platform that video is on, and it was not even like uploaded. It was up for like maybe 5 minutes, and there was a problem with it, and then it just completely got removed, blocked. Like you could not see it anywhere. And I was like, why don't they just copyright claim it? Like, it's not ever going to be monetized. It's unlisted. But they completely removed it. So I cannot watch the Kardashians or anything on Hulu, anything on Disney Plus, anything like that in the background of my videos ever again. So we're going to see if this set uploads, like the full set on Patreon, because I just have like Julian Solomita in the background playing some games on Twitch that he puts on YouTube afterward. And here I am coloring my monomer. Do not do this on a client, please, unless you know you're not going to be held liable if they get irritation or contact dermatitis. Also, I forgot to encapsulate that marble, so I'm doing that right now in a really thin layer of clear. But anyway, so I put that same like copper red into my monomer because that's what I wanted on my index and pinky finger. And I figured it would be kind of like a jelly because you're using clear acrylic with it. And if you use white, because I have looked at videos of people doing that, if you use white, like it's opaque, but it's like pastel because it's color mixed with white. So obviously it's going to pastel. Now this is color mixed with clear, so it turns to jelly. So that copper red orange that I have in that marble, that's what I put in this monomer, and now it looks pink. So I mean, I think it looks really nice in the end, but it's not what I was going for. I was going for a fall set, and this, like, it goes with it, I guess, because just, I mean, the colors look nice together anyway, but it wasn't really what I was going for. I was going for like a burnt orange, like the set on TikTok. It's a colored acrylic, and I don't have colored acrylics right now. I don't really see the purpose for them because I can just use gel or something. And I don't really think I have a gel color that matches either, but I could mix a few and see what I can get. But I wanted it to be acrylic, so I tried for the first time to make my own custom acrylic with the clear and the colored monomer, and it works. You can see that it works, but it's not the color I was going for. So on me, I'm gonna mix that same red, like copper color, with a brighter red and maybe a brown or something, and see if I can get like the burnt orange that I want. But we'll see. I'll mess around with it. But if you do it on yourself, you need to put clear acrylic down first on your natural nail. You have to, because this is uncured gel. So you can, and most likely will, get contact dermatitis and get a HEMA allergy because of the uncured gel. And I have looked into it plenty. I've done my research. Putting it in the lamp is not going to do anything because it's acrylic, but leaving it alone is going to screw you up because it's gel. It's like right in the middle. So you have got to put clear acrylic first on your natural nail to protect it. If you do it on a client, just make sure they know the risks and do the same thing. Put clear first, or better yet, do not do it. Just don't do it. On the practice hand, you can do whatever you want, but if you're going to do this, only do it on yourself, because whatever happens is your fault. And put clear acrylic down first. Like, I am going to do this on myself, but I know all about it. I know what the risks are, but I also know how to protect my natural nail. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I recommend. If you are going to do this, protect your natural nail. Put a nice hefty layer of clear acrylic, let that set, and then put this over top of it. And don't let that clear acrylic stay wet. Like, let it dry and then come back to it, so you don't have this like mixing in with it and melting into the clear and down to your natural nail. Okay? Then you can do that, but just be careful and do not do it on a client, please. I'm begging you, unless they sign a waiver that you're not liable if they get contact dermatitis, because you did all that you were supposed to do, even though you're not supposed to do this, but you did all you were supposed to do all the precautions and they still wanted you to do it, they agreed, and they still got an allergy, you have to sign a waiver that it's not your fault and they can't sue you. So the easiest thing is to just not do it on a client, period. But yeah, that's what I did. I colored my monomer for the first time and it turned out a really nice, pretty pink jelly, but that's not what I wanted. But that method does work if you want to try that. In there, I'm just checking out the thumb that it's like perfect for me. Like for a practice hand, like I don't need to file it, but just for the sake of like the gel top coat sticking to it, I went ahead and filed it a little bit and buffed it. Also, I'm going in order of like the nails that I did so that I don't hit any gummy spots where the acrylic is not cured yet. If you've got two hands, obviously you can just go back to the other hand and do the nails in order or whatever while the other hand's drying. But this is just one hand, so I'm doing the fingers in order that I did them so that I know the acrylic is dry. Now I'm just doing glossy top coat and that'll be it. I won't do any top coat again after this because I'm gonna do gems and 3D flowers for the first time, and the flowers are gonna be matte, but I want the nail to be glossy underneath. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make that a glossy nail so I don't have to go back around the flowers or anything like that, and I can just do the gems and flowers and be done. Now it's gem time. I'm using the McCart rhinestone glue and I love this stuff. And if you remember from the last video, I said I like to do top coat over top of the gems. On the practice hand, I don't think I will because I was just following like the exact method that this girl on TikTok used to do this set. So I wasn't even thinking because I do like to do top coat over these cheap Amazon gems. But they look fine on this hand and the practice hand is not going anywhere. The gems are not going to come off. I also got this little flash cure lamp since the last time I recorded, and this is super handy, and it comes with a little stand too so that you can do probably, I guess it's made for doing your own gelx or something. I don't do gelx, but yeah, it comes with a stand and you can just press the button and then put your little finger under it and then you're good. Or obviously if you're doing gems on yourself or something and you need both hands or whatever, it comes with a stand. That's the point. But I'm just putting these gems on and flash curing them for a little bit. And then after the whole hand is done, I'm going to put that in the lamp for a full 60 seconds. My cat kept peeking around the corner and sneaking looks in there, so I had to get her on video. I have 2 kittens. They're both kind of skittish, but I had this door open for the first time to get the heat in so that my acrylic would cure. So that's why she got to look in there. I'm gonna do the 3D flowers now. And I do not have a 3D brush, so we are making do with whatever I have. This is just a cheap Amazon brush in a set of like 10 that I got a long time ago. I used like another one in the set to brush the marble on, but there are not really any good brushes in this set, but this is just the closest shape that I have to a little 3D brush. So this is what we're doing. And I also put some acetone in the monomer. I'm using the same colored monomer that I did on the solid nails. And again, when it's that proper color, the burnt orange color, it stands out a lot more on that nude. It still looks really cute though. But when it's the right color, it's gonna pop a lot more. So I'm hoping I mix the right colors on myself whenever I do it. But yeah, for not being the proper brush and clearly not being enough acetone, and it being my first time ever doing 3D flowers, I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's my first time ever doing 3D flowers. I don't have the right brush, and I used that full thing of monomer that I had and not enough acetone to balance that out, so they're still really wet. And considering all that, I think they turned out really, really cute still. And another thing with them being wet, like, I don't like it, but if they're running all over the place, you can still shape them for a lot longer than you would be able to if they were dry for the acetone. So it was like a little annoying because they were so runny, and so I couldn't go as fast as I wanted because I put another bead down and they just kind of like melt into each other. Like here, you'll get to see it. They kind of melt and make one big bead, you see. But since they're wet all the way to the base, I can shape them all the way to the base. So I can put the brush in there between them, separate them, and completely shape the petal for a really long time because they're so wet. So it's not a huge deal, but look how much time I have to shape that and make them look cute and perfect them. So I guess for my first time doing it, I've seen them be applied a million times because I watch TikTok and YouTube constantly. But for my first time doing them, I kind of prefer it this way because I have more time to mess with them. It kind of acted more like a builder gel or something like that, where they took forever to set. So I like that, having like more time. So if you do make a mistake, you have plenty of time to fix it. So I think they turned out really well. And yeah, next time I will put the monomer in a smaller dish so that the acetone is more potent and maybe they'll dry quicker. But that's why you do it on a practice hand first. About you guys, but I think that is such a cute nail for the first time. And now we're gonna do the thumb, and I'm gonna start with a big petal, like a pointy one, you know the kind, but we're gonna do that. And I think I could have done like a thicker bead because it's really long, and I think like probably too long for my liking, but it's not thick at all. Like it's almost not even 3D. So I think I could have done a thicker bead, especially since it's a color that's like so close to the nude color and it kind of blends in a little bit. It's a nice shape though, but I would have preferred it to be like a little more 3D. So that's a note for next time. But that's that petal done. And now I'm just taking some monomer and cleaning up a little bit. And now we're doing the little side petals. Also, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video that I changed camera angles so that you guys could see the nails better, because this practice hand, the nails kind of point like straight down. I think it's a better angle, but let me know, because I know that my right hand is in the way a lot of the time, but I don't have anywhere to put the camera on the left. So I don't know if you'd prefer it like straight up above or like this where it's kind of facing like diagonally on the nails. I like it this way, but let me know. I also just realized that I took a little hiatus from YouTube and came back, and suddenly I'm doing acrylics. And so if you're not paying attention to the community tab, you wouldn't know that I switched to acrylic. And this is only, I don't know what number set this is. It's only my second one on the practice hand. But on myself, I think I've done 3. Like the set that I have on right now that's weeks and weeks grown out, I think is the 3rd set. And then this would be the 5th set then. But yeah, that's the flowers there. I love the way that looks. I just wish it was a little more 3D like the ring finger. But they are so, so cute. I'm obsessed with them. And that is the set, you guys. How pretty is that? I wish so much that the colored monomer was a different color so that it went better with that fall marble, but I love this set. Let me know what you guys think, and please subscribe.